Hi guys, welcome back. Did I ever tell you that I haven't bought a single jar of face cream for the last 7 years? Well, today I'm going to show you how you can make your own face cream from scratch so that you will never have to buy another one again. But first, let me tell you a little story about why I stopped buying face cream. I've always tried to take a good care of my skin, and I found this great moisturizer a few years ago, and it had really good ingredients, so I've been using it for a few years and I really liked it. And then one day this company decided to change the ingredients and to change the packaging of this moisturizer, which made the product twice as expensive because they made the jars twice as small. Since I liked their previous moisturizer so much, I decided to give the new one a try, and I used it for a few months, but I didn't like it. It wasn't as good and it wasn't as moisturizing. So I started a search for a new face cream, but at the same time I was thinking, well, even if I did find a great face cream, what makes me think that the new company wouldn't change the ingredients just like the old one did? So I figured the only way to guarantee the ingredients is by making your own product. And I started looking into how hard it is to make your own face creams and lotions, and I realized that it's not really that hard at all. It's like cooking. If you can cook, you can make face creams and lotions. Alright, let's get started.
We're gonna start with measuring our oils. We're gonna need 28 grams of evening primrose oil, 16 grams of macadamia nut oil, 2 grams of sea buckthorn oil, which is a really great oil for your skin, and if you have darker skin you can double the amount, and if you have light skin like mine, just keep it at 2 grams. We're also going to add 4 grams of castor oil, and then we're going to add 16 grams of BTMS emulsifying wax and 8 grams of cetyl alcohol, which is a thickener and helps to make your emulsion more stable. And this is going to be our oil part. For the water part, we're going to measure 8 grams of hydrolyzed oats, which help to retain moisture in your skin, so it's a really good ingredient if you can get your hands on it. 310 grams of distilled water, and 8 grams of sodium lactate, which is a humectant, and it will help to keep your skin hydrated. If you don't have it, you can also use glycerin instead. And that's going to be our water part. Now we're going to place both the water part and oil part in the water bath and keep the water bubbling just very lightly and wait for about 40 minutes until all the ingredients melted. And while we're waiting, we can prep our preservative. We're going to use 2 grams of Neo Defense, which is a broad spectrum preservative. And we're going to mix it with about 1/4 teaspoon of distilled water and give it a nice stir and set it aside. It usually takes 40 minutes, but today for some reason it took 60 minutes for the wax to melt and for sodium lactate to fully dissolve. So we're going to add the water part to our oil part. Give it a little stir. And we're gonna let it sit for another 2 minutes just to make sure that the oil part is the same temperature as our water part. Okay, now we can start mixing it with a stick blender until it's fully emulsified. And it's like making a salad dressing from scratch. You mix in oil with water until it becomes this one thicker salad consistency, and oil doesn't separate from water anymore. So that's what we're looking for here as well. Took about 15 minutes to get to this nice creamy consistency. And it looks like our emulsion is fully emulsified. And to cool it down faster, we're gonna place it in a bowl with cold water. And let it sit until our cream is about 40 degrees by Celsius. It's been about 15, maybe 20 minutes. And my thermometer reads a little under 40 degrees by Celsius. And if you don't have a thermometer, you can test the temperature by placing a little drop of your cream on your wrist. And if it feels slightly warmer or the same temperature as your wrist, it is at the right temperature, and you can go to the next step. Which is adding our preservative. Once again, it's Neo Defense. It's 2 grams that we mixed earlier with water. I'm also gonna add 4 grams of antioxidant, which contains ascorbic acid, rosemary extract, and tocopherol, because it helps to prevent oils from going rancid. But this ingredient is totally optional, especially if you're making small batches of cream just for yourself and you know that your oils are fresh and that they won't go bad anytime soon. And then I'm going to add 12 drops of rose essential oil. My rose essential oil is mixed with jojoba oil. And 20 drops of lemongrass essential oil. Or you can use any essential oils that you prefer. Give it a nice stir. And it looks like now we can start putting our cream into jars. I'm using these 2-ounce amber jars today because I really like to give my face cream away sometimes, and I think it looks nicer in those little jars. But you can use any packaging that you have. You can buy those inexpensive 6-ounce bowl jars at any grocery stores. They're much easier to find and they're inexpensive and they're just as good. So it looks like we got 10 ounces of face cream out of this recipe. I'm gonna cover the jars with paper towel for now, for a few hours until the cream fully cools down. Otherwise, if we put the covers on right now, there will be condensation and little drops of water will be dropping into your cream.
Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and I hope that you're having a great day. I'll see you next time.